Good day, everyone. We are the Group 2A from BN3D, and today we will present to you our research study. But before anything else, allow me to introduce everybody in our group. First, we have Liana Danilo Alarmo, we have Sherade Marie Dato, Renaline Chloe Gazo, Kate Angela Hersalia, Julian Marie Jimenea, and I, Wilbert Edro Flamon. So ever since the pandemic started, a massive shift in education happened. Because of the COVID-19 protocols, students and teachers were forced to work and study from home. This ushered a new era of online learning wherein learning took place in the digital world. Ladies and gentlemen, today we present to you the level of perception towards online learning among student nurses. So according to Yang 2020, online learning is an expanding approach to education on the premises of students using advanced ICTs, either asynchronously or synchronously. So according to the Philippine Daily Inquirer, 80% of current students enrolled use modular distance learning, 14% use online distance learning, 1% use in-person instruction, and 0.1% use television or radio instruction. So according to Baticolan, medical students from 54 schools in the Philippines revealed that, regardless of geographical location or demographic subgroup, they encountered several barriers as they tried to adapt to online learning during COVID-19 pandemic. So the purpose of the study is to determine the level of perceptions towards online learning among student nurses. Specifically, it will seek to answer the following questions. Number one, what is the profile of the participants when grouped according to age, sex, frequency of online usage, and internet connectivity? Number two, what is the level of perception towards online learning of student nurses when grouped according to the profile variables above? Number three, is there a significant difference in the level of perceptions towards online learning among student nurses when grouped according to their profile variables above? So the findings of the study are deemed significant to the following. For the university administrators, it can help them evaluate student needs and efficacy of online learning. For the College of Nursing administrators and faculty, it can help them provide appropriate interventions. For the Bachelor of Science in Nursing students, it can help them assess online learning's efficacy and individual significance. For the future researchers, it can be the basis for new research problems and future studies. And after that, it can be developed as well.
For the theoretical and conceptual framework, Technology Acceptance Model or TAM by Fred Davis, it is one of the most prominent technology adaptation models, with the two key factors, the perceived usefulness and the perceived ease of use, affecting the intention of a person to use modern technology. Technology Acceptance Model postulates that the use of an information system is determined by the behavioral intention. Behavioral intention is determined by the person's attitude towards the use of the system and also by his perception of its utility. The Roy adaptation model by Sister Calista Roy was also used in this study. Roy adaptation model has the five main concepts of a nursing theory: the health, the person, the nurse, the adaptation, and the environment. All these five are part of the adaptation process of a person. In relation to our study, this model provides a framework in identifying the variables that influence student nurses' responses to online education. The conceptual model shows the relationship of the variables with the study's focus, the level of perception towards online learning among student nurses with their demographic profile. The variables will be considered to determine the significant differences in the level of perception towards online learning among student nurses when grouped according to their profile, under the two frameworks used in the study. Below is the null hypothesis of the study. There is no significant difference in the level of perception towards online learning among student nurses when grouped according to their profile variables.
For the methodology, research design that was used for the study is descriptive quantitative research. Descriptive research aims to be able to describe people, the circumstances penalizing them in their nature. For the participants of the study, there are 179 Level 3 student nurses of the University of St. Lasal as the population size. Using the Sloven's formula, there are 123 Level 3 student nurses of the University of St. Lasal as the sample size constituted the participants of the study. Using the stratified random sampling was utilized as a method in the division of the different sections of the Level 3 nursing students into subgroups. These specific subgroups are Section A with 30, Section B with 31, with Section C with 31, and for Section D, there are 31 student nurses. For the research instruments, in gathering the student's profile, a researcher's made questionnaire was used. The questionnaire was divided into two parts. Part 1, the participant's demographic profile and its variables. Part 2, level of perceptions among student nurses towards online learning with its variables. Gooden's validity test result is 3.53 and interpreted as very good. The Cronbach's alpha reliability result is 0.815.
So for the data gathering procedure, a letter for permission to College of Nursing team to survey the participants was sent and approved. After the validity and reliability was completed, a descriptive quantitative research design and stratified random sampling were utilized in the collection of data. A test form was sent online through a Google form and gathering the student nurses' responses after participants' consent was gathered. Specifically, the third-year nursing student at the College of Nursing, which includes sections A, B, C, and D, were selected by the researchers to to be the participants of this study. All of the data gathered was encoded and used for the benefit of this research. Statistical treatment and analysis. The first objective, frequency count and percentages, it was used to analyze the demographic profile of the participants. For the second objective, Likert scale, mean, and standard deviation. Likert scale assumed the strength and intensity of an attitude with range from strongly agree to strongly disagree, and was presumed the participants' choices. Mean and standard deviation was used in analyzing data gathered. For the third objective, the independent sample t-test analysis of variances. For the independent sample t-test was used to determine the significant difference in the level of perceptions toward online learning among student nurses when grouped according to age and sex. For the analysis of variance, it was used to determine the significant difference in the level of perceptions towards online learning among student nurses when grouped according to frequency of online usage and internet connectivity. For the ethical consideration, the ethics committee of the University of St. LaSalle evaluated the proposal of the study. Subsequently, the panel approved and responded with a letter of permission to conduct the study. The researchers compiled with standard elements of autonomy and prior informed consent waiver, providing sufficient information and assurances about taking part to allow individuals to understand the implications of participation and to be fully informed.
The findings of the study shows the interpreted and calculated data gathered. The graph shows the demographic profile of the third-year nursing students. For the age, majority of the participants are from ages 18 to 21 years old. Based on the sex, there are more female third-year nursing students than male. In the frequency of online usage, highest percentage belongs to the student nurses who uses online frequently. Most of the participants also belongs to category 2B for their internet connectivity. Table 2 shows the level of perceptions towards online learning among student nurses. The overall interpretation is average with a mean of 3.00, but if we were to check the difference of the mean of each variable, there is a higher average on ages 18 to 21 years old with a mean of 3.03. For the sex, male has a higher mean of 3.01. For frequency of online usage, participants who frequently using online has the highest mean of 3.11. And for the internet connectivity, participants in category 3 has the highest mean of 3.16. In Table 3, the independent sample t-test was used to determine the significant difference in the level of perceptions towards online learning among student nurses when grouped according to age and sex. The result shows that there was no significant difference in the level of perceptions towards online learning among student nurses when grouped according to age and sex, with a p-value of 0.459 and 0.867 respectively. In determining the significant difference according to the frequency of online usage and internet connectivity, analysis of variance was used. Table 4 shows the result that there was no significant difference in the level of perceptions towards online learning among student nurses when grouped according to frequency of online usage, with a p-value of 0.334 and internet connectivity with a p-value of 0.088. The difference is significant when p is less than or equal to 0.05.
Section presents a conclusion drawn from the results of the study. The level of perception towards online learning among student nurses is determined based on the profile of the participants. Most participants of the study are aged 18 to 21 years old. Student nurses population predominantly consists of female participants. Frequency of online usage results show that the majority of the participants are frequently online. This constitutes to 35.8% for 12 to 14 hours a day. The internet connectivity shows more significant number of student nurses who chose category 2B. The participants' age, sex, frequency of online usage, and internet connectivity show no significant difference in the level of perception towards learning experience of student nurses. The overall perception of the third-year student nurses was average. The study's findings and conclusions have implied some recommendations that can be addressed to the involved stakeholders. For university administrators, the study suggests that they support the College of Nursing by providing a virtual application where student nurses can practice their skills as the same in an actual scenario. The College of Nursing administrators and faculty evaluate course delivery methods and implement methods to support online learners. Nursing students enforce support in expressing and improving the intellectual and clinical skills. For future researchers, provision of sufficient amount of data or information needed for future studies. Studies results were relayed to University Administrators, Commission on Higher Education. A copy was endorsed to the Dean of College of Nursing upon completion of the study as a basis for students' evaluation towards online learning. The data will also be available to serve as a basis for various universities in developing and improving methods of teaching of nursing educators, activities, and lectures that will benefit nursing students. These are our references. First and foremost, praises and thanks to God the Almighty for His blessings, wisdom, and guidance throughout the making of our research study. We'd like to express our deep and sincere gratitude to Ms. Sheila Tejera, RN, MN, PhD, LPT, Ms. Nefertiti Bigo Shinfiao, RN, MN, PhD, and Ms. Sarah Jane Rosales, RN, MAN, for giving us the opportunity to do research and providing invaluable guidance throughout this research paper. Also want to show our gratitude to our dear panel members for imparting your knowledge and giving corrections and insights for our research paper. Would like to give thanks to our statistician, Mr. Alfredo Alave, for helping us in analyzing and interpreting the data gathered. To our parents and friends, thank you for being our support system and for the love, prayer, and sacrifices in educating and preparing us for our future.
And that ends our presentation. On behalf of all our members, we would like to thank you for listening. Have a great day.